Berserk, Chapter 358. No title? We start with Falconia, and looks like they're meeting. We have received a report from the military. In the region to the west of Falconia, the extermination of the marine giants has been completed by our heavy cavalry. However, as we have yet to reclaim the surrounding forests and rivers, we must continue to exercise caution. The mines to the north need to be occupied as quickly as possible. Fortunately, the giants in the eastern region, which are the greatest threat to date, as you already know, by the New Kingdom's army, whose core is the team of warriors led by our lord, were soundly defeated, are clapping. It's wonderful. We are now finally recovered the land of our nation. This victory has come after a long, hard-fought battle, but this is only the beginning. Land reclamation and the return of human prosperity are synonymous, don't you think? If you do, we should proceed. Then, the next issue. General Owen, would you present your report on the state of policing? Our policing of the residence area of the former Windhelm citizens who settled in advance is proceeding successfully. On the other hand, there are many people being severely unpaid in the residence areas of foreign migrants, and the crime rate tends to be high. The security has been impacted worse in regions where temporary loans were given to refugees who cross our border to escape the current circumstances. Now many who laud a heretical religion's dear are gathering in the vicinity of the pontiff. If left unchecked, a civil war may break out. Yes, heresy in the capital is not to be taken lightly. This is an emergency. Should we be so trusting in Kushans? People with such vastly different cultures gathering in one place was bound to cause some problems. However, the hawk, Griffin's figure, after you've seen it encircled by spirits even once, you realize that the slight differences in interpretation of doctrine are meaningless. Surely, that spectacle is undeniably what is preventing the rest of the people from coming to a head, right? Seeing is believing. However, it is not possible to leave the deterioration of security unchecked. As for immediate measures, is there any course of action other than to increase the number of military personnel? Once again, the military will shoulder the burden, but it can't be helped. The details of that will be sorted out later. Now on to the matter of what to do with the nation's orphans. Don't include a proposal to found an orphanage. Princess? That was me. Your Highness. We all have the utmost respect for the mercy you would show these children. We truly have a kind heart. Doing something like this to support the growth of the next generation. However, there is not enough surplus money to dedicate to such a task. The war against Kushans led to the collapse of our economy. It was a national disaster, and we haven't had any time to regain what we lost. So, that's the end of it? No, we should do it. But Griffith, with our budget, would it be acceptable to use part of the treasure we recovered from the giants? But there's a priority to these things. Our budget allocation should be carefully planned to cope with all of the most pressing issues. Coping shall not be sufficient. It will lead us to a slow death. In order for us to survive, we must prosper. Children all over the country, not just orphans, should be supported until they are 10 years old. They should be taught values of solidarity and belonging to our nation, as well as to reading, writing, and other education we can provide. How would that strange plan work? It is essential for the people to cooperate with us, but I can't see parents giving up their children. Giving them at least one meal a day will also help the needy to survive. But to give education to common folk would be dangerous, right? Empowering commoners would cause the cracks in our class system to grow to fissures. If that happens, the people could revolt. If you think of our current issues like a disease, if you know we are going to get sick, you shouldn't wait until it becomes debilitating. before you try and treat it. And even if we are coughing up blood, we must continue along the path to glory. If for 5 or 10 years we manage to survive in this unknown world, an army consisting solely of nobles, aristocrats, and mercenaries will not make it. We need the people to fight for us. In order to deal with military expenses, the people must be allowed to prosper. But that's not all. Urban expansion, technological and agricultural advancement, the distribution of food. With the backing of the government, everyone can benefit. Educating all children is a great foundation for that. People of the people. Is that of the country? But our money? Is it wise to take funds from the treasury? The bank is already under strain. Perhaps, but to do it stably, we would have to increase taxes as well. I don't know how well that would go down. Well, large-scale minting should be possible if we can recapture our copper and silver mines in the northern region. One more thing. A proposal with regards to the security issues in the old capital. If you leave all the refugees in a single district as it is, they will always be the target of discrimination. If they want to seek refuge in our country, they can prove to us that they will fulfill their duty to be useful to the people of it. Then, what next? Can you take the refugees in the army? That's indeed. We and the Kushan are much alike. We have a history of assimilating Kushan. When you eat from the same pot as someone and fight alongside them, you form a strong bond. It will surely be a good thing, Commander. The more people we add to the army, the more money resources we can amass, and it will give them a foundation to generate their own financial resources. In addition to regular military service, we will be responsible for establishing a base along where the highway is being laid and serving as engineers to maintain it. We could create towns or even cities now that we have begun to establish this new transportation network. We should establish a wall which spans the entire border as a means of defense, with a number of bases and towns spread out from each other. When there is an emergency that way, it is more efficient to dispatch aid or troops, and it will reduce the cost during peacetime. The reward for 10 years military service, citizenship, and residence in a country of their choice will be awarded. Under these circumstances, isn't it good for everyone to work together? I see, perhaps, Maybe all other governments have been isolated and overrun by monsters. Perhaps Midland is the only surviving nation on the continent. A world of unknown threats that will kill us if we make a mistake. But if that is the case, we have an almost infinite blank map. We need to subjugate the threats and expand our territory too. There's no room to hesitate when dying the map. Emperor Berserk, that's the Skull Knight, once ruled over this land. It is said he built a great empire which spanned the entire continent. Then I'd like to see it. The territory for humans. The Second Empire. Oh. The dawn of the Second Empire. So grandiose. I feel tiny in comparison. However, we must make additional arrangements to cover these new expenses. We should visit the major companies. We shall call on the pontiff for aid. It's unfortunate though. Our loans to other countries will likely never be repaid. Mr. Voss? In the past, he suddenly expressed his views in such a way. It's like he's reawakened. Oh dear. Well, I was like that myself once. Well, fancy, yes. To lead the nation's people, a grand fancy is essential. All of us require our own illusion to be intoxicated by. Come here. Okay. Like Og? Ah. You mean he's over? Well, that's good. Griffith? Lord Griffith? Hey, Charlotte. You get mad? Princess, you mustn't run so far. You'll trip. Back then, I made a foolish proposal that you got the government to approve it anyway. No. It was a very meaningful proposal. The country raises them well. The orphans who are supported will surely support the country. I've gathered flowers from all over the country. Okay. I want to plant them in a garden at the orphanage. I want to make a nice home where children who have had a painful time can relax. You are like the kingdom's mother. Sound too much like a housewife already. Oh dear. But well, you're like the father in kingdom, perhaps even the king. Hey, stop that. Like, wait. Okay. Griffith, well? Do you have any plans after this? I shall be having tea in my room. I want to finally relax after these tense expeditions. Will you join me? Well, Army has no plans for this afternoon. Please take your time. All of us should relax together. She'd be on back. Stop. You can't demand his attention all the time. Were you with Griffin for the whole expansion? She's like, Ah, hey, where are you going? Far away. Don't follow me. Come on. Good grief. We only just got back. Okay. Sleeping? His plane was there? Again. Tonight then. Alright. Like a... What's that? End? So they're establishing the new foundation. I mean, if the foreigners, like, I don't know, assimilate into the main branch, there shouldn't be a problem, because then they're all fine with the same cause. I don't know if this is a good thing. They want to build walls? Why would they build walls? Okay, we should establish a wall which spans the entire border, the means of defense. The number of bases and towns spread out from each other. Why not just have open borders? I don't know. I'm not on board. Bad plan. Trying to close off the country. Evil guy. Lady Charlotte. Like falling asleep? Okay. It's like a phantom cloth. Is there stuff missing? Oh. Well, guess we all stayed in one place. Well, what are your thoughts? Where do you think this is going? Do you think we'll get another chapter next month, or will we be on hiatus? Man, 8 months. Well, yeah, what are your thoughts? If you're new, subscribe, like, comment. Thank you for watching, and have a good rest of the day. Bye.